for coming to the conference today, and thank you for meeting with me. Kathryn had been sharing a little bit that today's her brother's birthday, that you are going to be doing something special for that this weekend.
We are. He's 3 years old today.
Aww.
I know you just had a birthday as well.
I did, yes, yesterday.
So happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I just want to tell you that Kathryn is such a sweet girl, and I know that she is at home as well, and I just want to thank you for sharing her with us this year, and I know that she's your little baby girl. I have my own little baby girl at home, so I know what she means to you, and I just want you to know that this year I'm here for her, and I'm going to look at Kathryn's needs, and I'm going to do what it takes to make sure that Kathryn's successful this year in the classroom.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, and I do love her so much, and right now I know she's having a wonderful year so far, so we really appreciate all that you've done for her.
Kathryn is an extremely hard worker, very respectful and very eager to learn. I've learned a lot about Kathryn this year. I know that she just has a great love for writing and writer's workshop every day. She's just so eager to get her ideas and stuff on paper. She's very respectful in the sense that she loves to let other kids share their stories, and she always wants every kid to have their turn and to have their own time of sharing their story as well.
I'm so glad to hear that. I know Kathryn loves to write, and she's even been writing in the car everywhere we go in her diary, and she loves sharing her stories. So I'm so glad that's something that she's really improved on this year. So thank you for getting to know her and helping her in that area.
Kathryn has shared some of her goals with me. Kathryn, would you like to share some of your goals with your mom?
Yes.
What you want to share, like maybe your goal in reading? What was your goal in reading that we talked about?
Reading chapter books.
She's really eager and really excited about reading chapter
That's
books. And what
great.
about writing? What did you say your goal was for writing?
Writing lots of books.
Yes, she is so excited. When she gets to start a new book, she gets so excited about that. And then we talked a little bit about math too, and she set a math goal for herself. Do you remember what your goal was for math this year?
Learning minuses and pluses.
Every time we just work with numbers and things, she's always so excited about when are we going to be adding those numbers and subtracting those numbers. So she's really excited about that this year.
Great, Kathryn. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I know that Kathryn was in our school last year and in our district. We're still doing the same type of reporting. We're doing standards-based reporting. We have made some changes with our rubrics this year. We're going to be doing the new Common Core standards instead of the GPSs. So things are a little bit different. I will show these to you. If you can look at the top, the student still will receive a 3, 2, or 1. 3 is the student meets the expectations for those standards. The 2 is that she's making progress toward the standard, and the 1 is that it's minimum progress toward the expectation. If you will notice, we have lots of standards to cover in first grade, and these are only the ones that we chose to put on our report card to report to parents. So these are the things that I'm going to be assessing and looking for each 9 weeks.
Excellent. Thank you.
For example, there's one standard that we've been working on in word study, and it's hearing and uses sounds and word parts within spoken words. We've been really focusing on the beginning and ending sounds of words, and Kathryn's doing a great job with that. She's hearing words as she's trying to write them in Writer's Workshop. She's hearing sounds and words as she's reading them. Right now, Kathryn is probably right here at 3. We've not given any type of formal assessments yet, but based on my observations, she would be a 3 there for that standard.
Okay, great.
Just looking over here in the math standard, one thing that we've really been working on is number sense. We've been working with numbers up to 50, just reading them, writing them, and representing them, and she's doing a great job with that. Kathryn is actually working on numbers higher than 50, so she's doing really well. Yes, and so she would also be right here at a 3 with that standard.
Okay, good job, Kathryn.
Smile.
Careful, arms down. Okay, and just listen about your writing.
Yeah, we're going to share your story, okay?
Okay.
On the back of the rubric, there's a very important piece at the top. This is a writing rubric that we're going to be working on all year. We're going to be looking at her writing and looking in different areas, ideas, organization, conventions, presentation, and the writing process. She will receive scores under each area. It's going to be very similar to the other side of the progress report where she'll be receiving a 3, a 2, and a 1. When she gets this, or when you receive this at home, it's really important to really look at this document. This document's going to tell you all of the things that fall under each area, and it's going to give you more information as to why she's a 3 or a 2 or a 1 in each one of these areas.
Okay, that's very helpful.
And along with that, I will attach her writing sample. So you can look for these things in her writing as well. And you can even use this rubric with maybe some of her writings that she does at home or in the car.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Can you read your story for me, please? What is the title of it?
Me and my cat.
Is that Lucky?
Me and my cat like to play. Me and my cat like to walk. Me and my cat like to play in the rain. The end.
That was great, Kathryn. I love your illustrations and your story. You did such a good job. There's your cat.
With her story, one thing that Kathryn and I are working on when we work in Writer's Workshop is getting her story down and keeping all of her ideas in her head. And one thing that we've done is we would touch each page as we talked about the part of the story that we wanted to put on there. And after we would get all of our words down, then we would go back and add our beautiful illustrations to help tell the story. So that's something that we're kind of working on in Writer's Workshop.
Okay. I love her illustrations.
They're wonderful. Here are some different types of books that Kathryn's going to be reading throughout the school year. This book right here looks very similar to what she's reading with me now. We're reading fiction books that have a good sense, a good story. It's including a lot of dialogue and talking and things like that. One thing that Kathryn and I are working on at this level is just making sure she's listening to herself read, and if something doesn't sound right, just to know that it's okay to go back and read again, try it again, and always make sure that the story makes sense, and that as you're reading, just carrying that meaning of the story as she goes. Kathryn's doing such a great job. As we keep moving through these different books, she will eventually be reading books that are a good mixture of fiction and nonfiction. She's going to be reading books that have chapters and they're much longer. Just a lot of different text structures. The words are going to look different. The layout of the book's going to look different. So we're going to be moving through a lot of different types of books.
Okay.
Kathryn has shared her goals for this year. I was just wondering if you have some goals for Kathryn's learning this year.
I do have some goals. I would like for her to write about some different topics. And I right now notice she's writing a lot about her cats and dogs, which is great, but maybe just some other topics in her writing. And then too, when we've been reading her guided reading books, notice that she sometimes changes the endings, like on the words. And so just working on self-correcting and just reading more closely. Like when she's reading, if it says friends, she'll say friend, and just those little kind of things.
Okay.
But so far, I'm very proud of her progress in first grade. I know she comes home happy every day and has really enjoyed being in your class. Is having such a great school year.
Well, good. She is a fantastic student and an extremely hard worker, and just such a pleasure to have in my class.
Thank you, and I really appreciate all you've done for her. Thank you.
Thank you.